Welcome to our focus number 4, which is all about word relatives. We're going to be looking at how important this step is for our students because it helps our students be exposed to lots of different words rather than just one base word. So let's take a look. We're going to be explicitly teaching the base word and its meaning in all of our vocabulary routines. But we're also going to be giving exposure to those word relatives. So our students not only know the meaning and the base word, they can build upon that base word and know even more words. We're going to be using this as a result of studying word relatives. If the students understand the base meaning of the word, and they have understanding of prefixes and suffixes, they can use that information to unlock a plethora of information for those different words in the word families. Let's take, for instance, a word like unknown. So known means that we understand something. In the word unknown, if the students were explicitly taught known means to understand, and they understood that the prefix of un means not, they now know that the word unknowns means to not understand. For our second one, like dislike, we would explicitly teach the word of like, which is our base word, like meaning to enjoy. Then we would discover dis means not, and they would then turn and understand that dislike means to not enjoy. So by knowing and understanding the meaning of the base word, they can apply that to lots of different word relatives. So here's just a visual difference for you. Of course, we are doing 8 of our base words in our vocabulary that OpenCourt gives us, but by adding in the word relatives, we are expanding their knowledge and exposing them to so many different words that have the base word in them. Look at the difference from base word of 8 words to over 27 words here in the word families. So there's a big difference just by showing them and working with word relatives. On your card, this is going to be on the bottom location, and it's also embedded into the presentations for you. I've went ahead and thought of many word relatives that I can, but of course I'm sure I've missed some. Something to keep in mind that all of these word relatives have the base word in them somewhere. Of course, there are some oddballs like study and student. They are still word relatives, but I put them on there so that we could understand the relationship between those words. Don't forget to code. This is one of the most important steps for our students so they can visually see the difference between base words and affixes. Allowing the students to see the words in print are going to help them understand the difference between these base words and a suffix or prefix. So I'm going to show you how this is going to help your students as they're interacting with you on the smartboard or a smart TV or even on just a piece of paper. This is going to help them as they're growing in their academics up into 3rd, 4th, 5th, and beyond as they're working with multisyllabic words and morphology. Okay, so how do we code these words? The first 2 things are things that you must do, and the third one is an optional. The first one here, my base word, you're going to underline any base words you see. My second one are the prefixes or suffixes, also called affixes, and those are going to be circled. My last one is highlighting any phonics rules that you know. So you're just going to take a highlighter or crayon and highlight those chunks that you know. This part is optional. You do not need to do this if you don't want to, especially 3rd grade and up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to code these words for the base word of flow. Now, please forgive me because this is on a computer using a mouse, so it's not going to be pretty. So I would underline my base word of flow, circle my suffix s, and there's the word flows. Underline my base word flow, circle my suffix, and I would even ask my students to spell the suffix or to read it for me, ed, flowed. I would circle my base word and, underline my base word and circle my suffix, ing, for flowing. And then for this one, if it has a prefix, I would always underline my base word first. So that teaches the children how to find the base word in the overall word. And I would circle the prefix for the word overflow. Okay, so your delivery is going to look different for my kindergarten teachers. This is a little bit over your children's head, but you still want to expose them to those words. A lot of echo reading here is going to be appropriate for them. You also don't need to code your words in kindergarten. Just listening and hearing the different vocabulary words that the word relatives presents is enough for your children. For first grade, you can start to mark up those words. You can start to underline the base words and circle your prefixes and suffixes. At the beginning of the year, this is going to rely heavily on the teacher. But as the year progresses, especially after Christmas, your students can start to take over this responsibility and do it themselves. The teachers in kindergarten and first grade is highly reliant on modeling. You are guiding the instruction, and you are the one that is pulling the students through this routine. So to help me today, I have Emmy, a first grader, and she's going to show you how we would do the word cover in my word relatives. Okay, Emmy, so I'm going to have the word cover here, and my word relatives are here on the left. I'm going to underline the base word, and then I'm going to circle the suffix or the prefix, and you're going to spell them for me, okay? All right, so let's go. My base word is what?
Cover.
Cover. And my suffix, I'm going to circle my suffix. Can you spell it?
S.
Good. So the whole word is covers. Can you say that?
Covers.
Very good. Let's try the next one. My base word is what?
Cover.
Good. I'm going to circle my suffix. Can you spell it?
ED.
Good. So this word is covered. Your turn.
Covered.
Good. Let's try another one. What is my base word?
Cover.
Good. I'm going to circle my suffix. Can you spell it?
ING.
Good. This word is covering. You try.
Covering.
Good. Let's try another one. What's my base word?
Cover.
Good. And I'm going to circle my suffix. Can you spell it?
AGE.
Good. You probably haven't heard of that one too much, have you? This word is the word coverage. Can you try that?
Coverage.
Good. Now, in my next word, my base word was, my base word again?
Cover.
My base word is actually after my prefix. Can you spell my prefix that I circled?
RE.
Good. This word is recover. Can you try it?
Recover.
Good. Let's do that again. What's my base word?
Cover.
Good. And I'm going to circle my prefix. Can you spell it?
UN.
Good. This word is uncover. Try it.
Uncover.
Good. And my last one. What's my base word again?
Cover.
Good. And can you spell my prefix?
UNDER.
Good. This word is undercover. Try it.
Undercover.
Very good. Okay, we're going to echo. My turn, then your turn. Ready? Covers.
Covers.
Covered.
Covered.
Covering.
Covering.
Coverage.
Coverage.
Recover.
Recover.
Uncover.
Uncover.
Undercover.
Undercover.
Okay, can you show me the motion for cover? Okay, anytime I say any of those words in my story, you cover it up. Okay? When George was painting the room, he covered all of the furniture. By covering the furniture, he made sure that the furniture was safe. The plastic sheets provided coverage so that nothing was left uncovered. Good job! Thank you very much. Can you what? The what? Oh, the scissors. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second and third grade. Second and third grade, the whole goal is to dissect the words. So you're choral reading these words and working together as a class. You're going to have your students come up and do the underlining and coding for you. You can show the first couple and then maybe have your students come up after that. It's the responsibility of your older students to identify the bases and the affixes. The teachers are there to support and take more of a laid-back approach. They let the students drive the instruction here. So for my second grade, I'm going to have Eliza come over to show you what we would do for second and third grade and above. All right, Eliza, we're going to do the word cover today, okay? And I wrote the words down here on a piece of paper so that it would be a little bit easier because the mouse is kind of hard to draw with, okay? All right, so we're going to look at these words. Now, my base word is cover. What's my base word?
Cover.
Okay, you're going to underline your base word. Can you underline the base word there in that first one? And what is the base word again?
Cover.
Good. Can you circle the suffix? And can you spell the suffix for me?
S.
Good. Now, what is that whole word?
Covers.
Very good. And she just did those coding things that we talked about on the paper. Now, normally in class, she would come up to the board and do it on the interactive TV or smartboard. But for today, this is a little easier because we don't have one of those in here, do we? Okay. Can you go ahead to the next word? Yeah, that's a whiteboard. Can you go to the next word
Still, we
and
can do it
underline
that
the base word, please? What's my base word?
Cover.
Can you circle the suffix? Spell the suffix?
Easy.
And what's the whole word?
Covers.
Good. Go ahead and do the next one. Underline the base word. Circle the suffix. Spell the suffix for me.
ING.
And say the word.
Covering.
Good. Go ahead to the next one. And say that word for me.
Coverage.
Coverage. Very good. Now this one, we don't have a suffix anymore, do we? We have a prefix. Excellent. What's that word here?
Recover.
Recover. So you see we moved on. Same idea. Go ahead and finish. Same idea. We're still circling, but the suffix is no longer there. So now we moved the circle to the prefix at the beginning. And she's going to go ahead and finish the rest of the words on her own. And then we're going to read them together at the end. All done. Woo, she was fast. Okay, so there she found all those words. All right, we're going to choral read, which means we read together. Okay, from the top. Ready? Covers, covered, covering, coverage, recover, uncover, undercover. Those two last ones are tough, aren't they? Yeah, because they're close with the un. Okay, so now we're going to do some close reading. In the story below, I'm going to go ahead and stop at a word, and it's your job to read the next word, okay? I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to do the words that are bolded and underlined. So you gotta read those words for me. Okay?
Wait. You said you were going to do the words.
No, I'm gonna do these words. You're gonna do those words.
You said that you were going to do the... You said that you were going to do the ones that were bolded and under.
Oh, it's your job to do those. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's go. When George was painting the room, he
Covered.
all of the furniture. By
Covering.
the furniture, he made sure that the furniture was safe. The plastic sheets provided
Coverage.
so that nothing was left.
Uncovered.
Very good. Thank you, Miss Eliza, for helping out. All right, we are going to finish up. If you have any questions or would like to know more information, or maybe even have an idea that you'd like to run by me, then you can always email me, drop by for a chat, or just grab me in the hallway. Of course, as you're doing these, we won't have a word with this many of the word families or word relatives that often, so it really won't take as much time as we had here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for coming and watching the video, and I'll see you in your classrooms as we focus on word relatives.